forwards, backwards. As opposed to going up and down, you're pushing your body forwards, bracing yourself, backwards. Someone like Manny Pacquiao, for example, stays really agile on the toes and balls of the feet, going forwards, backwards, pivoting, turning your body. You're turning, or you can do a step slide. Turn. 3 jump rope moves that you can use to more closely mimic what you might do in a boxing ring or a martial art ring. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel on this windy, relatively sunny, beautiful spring day. In this video, I want to cover how to jump rope like a boxer, or rather more specifically, how to jump rope for boxing or another martial art. On this channel, I've made several videos on how to jump rope like a boxer. That is to say, to learn how to do the moves that you might see boxers or other martial artists do when they jump rope. But in this video, I want to add a layer of nuance. Rather than do moves that boxers might do, let's talk about how to jump rope for boxing or for fighting. This is something I've been asked from several viewers. How can we use the jump rope to more closely mimic what you might do in a ring? And whether, even if you're not a fighter, you're not interested in fighting, this video will still be of value to you. So let's think about the jump rope motion, for example. When we jump rope, the movement pattern, it's generally up and down. The rope is coming overhead, we jump up, land on the ground, and repeat that motion. So we're going up and down. Fighting is different. We engage different muscles, different parts of the same muscle. So let's say, for example, you jump rope regularly, maybe you run, and then you go into a boxing ring and you spar someone for the first time. Afterwards, or even during the round, for example, you might even find your legs being fatigued in different positions than they were when you just jumped rope. And that is because the movement pattern is quite different. So as I said, jumping rope, we tend to go up and down. Whereas, let's say fighting, for example, you're in a fighting stance. You're on the toes and balls of your feet, maybe you fight more flat-footed. Regardless, the movement pattern is slightly different. So skipping, we're going up and down. With fighting, we generally propel our body forwards and backwards, and we use our legs to brace ourselves from going too far forwards or too far backwards. So let's say you want to go forward, you might push off with the outer part of the thigh, and the outer part of this leg will brace yourself from going too far forward, like so. And then you want to go back, you push off with the outer part of this leg. Brace yourself here. So as opposed to going up and down, you're pushing your body forwards, bracing yourself, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Someone like Manny Pacquiao, for example, stays really agile on the toes and balls of the feet, going forwards, backwards, that motion, forwards and backwards. It's a much different feeling than just going up and down. You're really engaging the outside of your legs. Similarly, if you're going to throw, let's say, a jab in boxing, you do the step jab. You go, push yourself out, and up and out with the back leg. The front leg extends out. Out, this leg braces yourself, the outer part of this leg. Go back, push off of that leg, brace yourself here. And then you might even, and then forwards. Okay, so you're using the outside of your leg a lot more than you would when you're jumping rope. So if you want to use the jump rope for training specifically for boxing or fighting, I'll show you some moves that you want to consider incorporating into your workouts, into your jump rope workouts. So remember that, you're using the outer part of your leg a lot more. You're pushing off, bracing back. And then even, let's say, pivoting, turning your body, pushing. You're bracing yourself with the outer part of the front thigh, turning, you're turning. You want to go backwards, push off here. Or you can do a step slide. turn, turn, slide, 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 slide. Still, when you do that sliding motion, the outer part of the thigh is being engaged a lot. Whereas with jumping rope, we wouldn't be engaging that part of the leg nearly as much. So when you want to use the jump rope for fighting, one move you should learn, and one that I made a tutorial video on before, is the step jab. You mimic the jab using a rope, and of course you can go southpaw as well. Okay, so the step jab, for example, what that looks like is this. You got your two legs together, and then the front one extends out. You're pushing off with that rear leg. And you can do this going forwards and backwards. And of course, when you're in a ring, you're going to be going around in a circle. You might be going backwards. Do some jabs. Try doing the movement going around in a circle, backwards. Switch. Okay, so that is one move, the step jab. Practice it stationary first. Practice it going forwards and backwards, and then in a circular motion. Step jab going counterclockwise, clockwise, and then, as you'll see fighters do, they'll often go into a type of side shuffle, as I've talked about in a previous video. Again, when you're doing that shuffle, the back or the outer part of the thigh is pushing off. So I covered the shuffle in a previous video. The outer part of the leg is really being engaged. So the shuffle, a move I covered in a previous video, you want to learn that, practice that, going from side to side, and then even in a circular motion. So you got the step jab, the shuffle, and another move which really targets the outside of the leg is the side straddle. Jumping up, push your legs out, engage outside your legs, back together. You can do this going forwards, backwards, side to side. This is a fantastic move for working the outer part of your legs. So those are 3 jump rope moves that you can use to more closely mimic what you might do in a boxing ring or a martial art ring. I would recommend learning the side straddle first if you're new to jumping rope, then the boxer step jab, and then later on the shuffle. And then you can incorporate those moves into one giant jump rope set. You could even just do one move, for example. I recommend the step jab. Do that for a set duration of time, 1 minute, 2 minutes. If you want to mimic a pro boxing round, 3 minutes. If you want to take it to the UFC style, maybe set your timer for 5 minutes. So you could do the same movement, let's say the step jab, for the entire duration. Do it going forwards, backwards, while you move around in a circle. And then if you are more advanced and you want to ramp up the intensity, what you could do is throw a move in like double unders when you want to pretend that you're doing a punch or a combination of punches or kicks, for example. That might look like this. So I got the orthodox step jab stance going. Okay. And then I want to throw a few punches or kicks. I might throw in a few double unders. You don't even have to. Just doing the boxer step jab, like so, while you move backwards, forwards, around in a circle. You could even throw in some shuffles like so. That's quite advanced. But just doing this, around in a circle, back, is quite intense. So just the boxer step jab like so. If you do this for a minute or 2 minutes, you will notice different parts of your legs being engaged as opposed to just doing the normal up and down jump rope motion. Punch, 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 kick. The outer part of my right leg is very engaged at the moment. So this is very intense. Doing the step jab while you turn around in a circle. You do that for a minute or so, you will feel the outer part of your thigh being targeted a lot different as opposed to just jumping up and down. All right. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you all again soon.